Hey guys, so have you ever heard sometime like you hear that this guy's like, hey look, I came to US and I made 6 gas stations, or I made 6 real estate properties, and but what about you, man? You've been living here for 20 years, 30 years, no assets has been created, right? Like what happened? You hear that, right? Just to be aware, guys, if you ever hear somebody is coming up with a lot of cars, lot of store, they open up their pizza store, they're coming up with their multiple businesses, and in 5 years you will hear this, like somebody just came to the country and boom, got it, right? Just to tell you the most ugly truth, if you ever hear something like that, you need to really push them. You gotta kind of like back talk them and let them know. If somebody make it faster than you with their success or anything, right? The number one reason, what I'm going to tell you right now, the number one reason why they made it that way and you're still struggling, why they make it and you didn't, I gotta tell you, the people who have 6 cars, they just came to the country and they just changed the states and they just open up 6 gas stations, 6 this, 6 that, 6 real estate. That's because these people do not want to pay their rent. That's it, you heard it right. They will not, and I mean like legit, they will not pay the rent. They will not pay the rent. What they do is that they try to get married early, right? And then they'll bring the wife over here. They'll make the wife work. Or if they don't want to do that, they'll start living with their aunts and all these 100 million people in one house, right? Basement, first floor, second floor, third floor. They'll literally rent out the whole house. And if they do pay rent, it's gonna be probably 200. They're not gonna pay rent like you, like 800, 900, 1000. They're not gonna pay like that, right? So what they do, these people do, is they don't pay the rent, right? They will never. They're super cheap about paying a $600 rent, which is a heaven in New York, right? They will not pay the rent, and what they do is that they'll try to be nice with their families. They try to be like this, like that, right? Sweet with the families and all that. And then what they do is that they all work together. Hey, I don't have a car. They'll use that one car for 600 people. That's another thing. So they don't have to pay for Geico insurance. And then what they do is that everything is a shared account, shared Amazon account, shared eBay account, like that, right? And then they buy this, and then probably have some family dramas, whatever, right? You're not allowed to bring any girl home, you're not allowed to bring any guys home, whatever. And then they'll come up with this gas station and they'll tell like, hey, look, I did everything on myself. And I'm like, dude, I'm telling you, if anybody said that to you ever, do not even listen to that. Some of you probably have kids, some of you have families, you probably have been through a first divorce, second divorce. You're going with your own pace, right? So you do with your own pace, right? Do not ever listen to any of these people. It might take you 10 years to 20 years to 30 years to be wherever you want to be, right? But these people, when they tell you that, hey, they made it, they got this 600, that's because they did not pay rent. People are very cheap, ridiculously cheap to pay their rent, and they'll do anything. I'm talking about like almost anything to bypass the New York rent. I know a lot of girls, they will, right after the breakup, they'll get a boyfriend so lightning fast and they'll move in the same house. That's it. It's so hard to find somebody quality, or somebody that, hey, I pay every rent by myself without taking from my parents, from my grandma, from my grandma's Roth IRA accounts. You know, it is almost impossible to hear that somebody's having an independent, oh, my husband works in a hospital and me, I go there and I work 2 days over there and that's it. Like, you will never hear one person that's paying everything all by themselves, and the kid, if you have it, and job, and insurance, and rent, and maybe college, which is very difficult. Those are the quality one right there. Those are like, yo, how you do that? Sure, you're lacking of leverage a little bit, but look, leverage costs money. Not everybody have leverage, but if you're going through this, you're gonna be 10 to 20 years delay, right? So you're not gonna go with those people who are like, hey, look, well, I have 600 uncles and they're paying the rent. Like, don't compare your life with that. You might be start doing whatever you want to do, and it's the experience. It's also the experience that's gonna make you grow really fast, right? So do whatever you gotta do. Whoever clicked this video, I'm very glad that today you're one step ahead, and now you know that you're on the right track. And just to let you know, you're gonna also hear 100 more other people gonna say that, hey, I made this, I made that. Even in YouTube, there's thousands and thousands of guys and girls that, hey, look, I made everything by myself. It is absolutely 0.5% of the story you're hearing, right? So just prepare for those type of respond. If they tell you that, or if they try to keep repeating that process, you tell them that, listen, you need to really tell them that, look, either way you're saving the rent. If they say, no, I pay the rent, I paid everything, you know, my daughters pay their own rent, ask them to show you the statement, and then just watch their response. That's it. It's very easy. If you're 40, 30, 40, 20, whatever, you do with your own pace. That's it. That's all I gotta say. I'm very glad that you listened to this. Just be prepared for that, and that's it. You just do it with you. But make sure you have a track sheet. Make sure you have a progress sheet, right? If you don't have that, that's gonna be very struggle. You need something. And the best thing is to get a laptop with a document with a text. That's it. Don't write it on pen and paper. It's not gonna, that day is over. If you like to write, sure, go for it, but it's not protected properly. Best thing is to get a laptop and write it down on the laptop on a notepad that, look, this is what happened. I paid this bill, I paid that bill, I paid this year, this month. You need a lot. You need a LOG on that thing, right? So in this way, you know how far you came in. Otherwise, it's gonna be all over the place. And if you're supporting other human, like if you have a kids, you definitely need that, because that's two portfolio. Your portfolio, what do you want to be portfolio, and then you have a kid and your kid's future portfolio. So you need a track sheet, yo. I'm telling you, all right? So get a laptop, write everything down properly, and you need to sit down at least once in 2 days. That's it. You'll make it wherever you want to be.